Afghanistan. And 2 days from now, it's going to be the third anniversary of a U.S. complete withdrawal from Afghanistan and the fall of a previous government. General, what is the assessment of Pentagon after 3 years over Afghanistan? Is the ISIS-K and also the Taliban or some faction of the Taliban like Haqqanis are a threat to the national security of the United States or not?
So just to make sure I clarify, you're asking about the terrorist threat emanating from Afghanistan? Well, you know, it's definitely something that we continue to keep a close eye on. You have various terrorist groups which operate in and around Afghanistan, to include ISIS-K. And so we maintain a variety of capabilities, to include over-the-horizon capabilities should we need to do that. But I think most importantly is we'll continue to work with our partners in the region when it comes to addressing terrorism through our mutual counterterrorism efforts.
One Iran question. So the Israeli officials said that they will attack inside Iran if Iran does any retaliate any form and way. So does the United States support that the Israeli will attack inside Iran if Iran does anything?
Well, look, again, I don't want to get into hypotheticals at this stage. Right now, our focus is on de-escalating tensions in the region. So,
any progress on de-escalating?
There hasn't been a conflict yet, so we'll stay after it. All right, sir.
Thank you, sir. The counterterrorism chief of United Nations said that Europe is facing a big threat from ISIS-K. He also mentioned that the same group was involved in terrorizing the Taylor Swift concerts in Vienna last week. All these terrorists are based in Afghanistan. Is it a concern because they're also involved in the attacks on Pakistani security forces? What kind of measures are being taken to prevent the expansion of this terror group?
Yeah, well, I mean, as evidenced by the global coalition to defeat ISIS, it does remain a threat. And you've seen the United States work very closely with many nations around the world to address ISIS, whether it's in Europe, Asia, and also, as you know, you've seen in Iraq and Syria. And there's also manifestations of ISIS in the African continent. So we'll continue to work with our partners and allies around the world to address the ISIS threat wherever we see it.
The Pakistani security forces arrested a senior Al-Qaeda leader, recently moved from Afghanistan to Pakistan. Pakistani investigators claimed that this terrorist was a close associate of its founder, Osama bin Laden. Is it a concern that Al-Qaeda is also gaining strength in Afghanistan?
Al-Qaeda, as you know, has been greatly diminished over the years, but is not gone. And so, again, similarly to ISIS-K and other groups that present a potential security threat to the United States and our allies and partners, will continue to stay very focused on addressing that threat.